Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is round 4 in the NRL, so let's get into it. Before we do that, just a quick update from my team last week. Scored 1,135 points, and that's taken me up into 3,158 position overall. Team did okay, it was a bit up and down. I had a few bludgers and a few stars, so Nathan Cleary, it wasn't his fault, he got knocked out, he only scored 2. Metcalf was pretty poor. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck got injured. Kalen Ponga was my captain. That was a bit of a disaster. I had Payne Haas at vice captain, who was scored 140, and I did not use the VC loophole, which was a mistake in hindsight. I just thought Ponga would go a lot better than 45 points. Ruben Garrick was the other one, absolute star. So those two alone really kind of rescued my team. Olaquatu as well, very good score. So not a bad week. What are we going to do this week? Let's have a look at the teams. So it's Thursday, late mail. First match, not a whole lot to talk about, in my opinion, but watch out for this guy, Tom Jenkins. He's played one match this year and he scored in the 90s, I think. So he is a cheapie who will surely go up in price in a couple of weeks. Next match, not a whole lot going on here. I'm going to take... Well, I brought in Sandon Smith last week, and I'm going to run with him at halfback in place of Nathan Cleary. I'm not trading Cleary out. I've made that mistake in the past where I've tried to use guns, trading them in and out when they're about to fall in value just to try and make some money. But I think when Cleary comes back next week, he's going to score a lot of points, and you just can't afford to not have him in your team. So I'm running with Sandon Smith this week at halfback, and I hope he goes well against the Titans, which is entirely possible. Keep an eye on this guy. He's coming at fullback, so a potential cheapie in 2 or 3 weeks' time there, Jalen de Groot. I'll just skip over everything else. David Fafita is still on the bench. I have no idea why, but that's just Des Hasler for you. He is going to be a very juicy price at some point soon, so keep your eye out for him. Broncos, Dolphins. I've got a lot of Broncos in my team, and I'm pretty glad about it because I think they're probably going to do quite well against the Dolphins again tomorrow night. Importantly for Shibasaki owners, he's still there. Now, I'm a Shibasaki owner, so I'm quite happy with that. Staggs has come into the team at the expense of Mariner, but Shibasaki has held his spot, which is good for me and fellow owners. Payne Haas, what a gun. I think you can't win Supercoach without him, so just try and get him into your team in some way, shape or form. Dolphin Storm, so I was flirting with the idea of bringing in Cameron Munster. He's a good price. I think he is on the up and up. And Jerome Hughes is out of the team, so that might mean he has to do a bit more of the work and a bit more attacking stats. But I just want to call out a couple of guys on the St George side. Firstly, Toby Couchman. He's quite a decent prop, and he's less than $500,000, so he's potentially a keeper at a pretty good price. So he's one I'm not going to bring in, but I was very much on the fence about it. Maybe I'll bring him in at a later date. But the other guy that no one seems to be talking about is this bloke here, Hamish Stewart. He's had 2 scores in the mid-40s, and his price is less than $200,000. So he can only go up in value, and I think I'm going to bring him in this week. Every year in Supercoach, I bring in some random cheapie that turns out to be a complete dud. And this may well be the same thing again this year. So Hamish Stewart might be the dud cheapie this year that I bring in, but I think I'm going to do it. Let's quickly go through the other games. Cowboys, Raiders. I don't have a whole lot to say about this. Tamale's still got his spot in the team, which is good. And Corey Horsburgh has moved to lock. I think he's a gun with a prop at lock. Does make a difference in my opinion. A bit dirty on myself that I traded out Jackson Purdue last week, but so be it. He scored quite well. Sharks, Dogs. I think I'm just going to skip over this game because I personally don't have a whole lot of interest in either of these teams because I don't have many players. I don't think I've got any Sharks or any Dogs in my team, to be honest. And then the last one, I am quite worried about. This guy as a non-owner. He seems to be back to full fitness and he could do absolutely anything this weekend. So if you're a Tommy Turbo owner, good on you and good luck to you. I am not, so I'll be watching quite worried as he plays because he could go bananas. All right, let's have a quick look at my team then. So trades I'm doing for this week. So Roger Tuivasa-Sheck is someone I should probably trade out because he's injured for the next 6 to 8 weeks. I'm not going to do it this week because the guy I want to bring in is not playing this week, and that is Bradman Best. He's on the bye, so that will be one of next week's trades. But what I do want to do this week is kind of shore up this 2RF position because it's a little bit weak. Tuilagi's not playing and he's costing me $433,000, so he needs to go. And Jones from the Knights was a potential cheapie / mid-ranger that just hasn't worked out for me, so I think those two are going to go, and I'm going to bring in one of the guys from the Raiders who I skipped over. Nicholson's his name. He's in the second row, and he is starting. There he is, number 12, Matty Nicholson. He's had 2 very good weeks. He's going to go up in value, and he's got his spot secured with I think there's an injury somewhere in the forward pack for the Raiders. So he's coming into my team. And the other guy is that cheapie from St George, Hamish Stewart, that I told you about. So will it work out? I don't know, but I'm just going to go with it anyway. So let's see what happens. That's my team for this week, and good luck. Talk to you again next week. Bye for now.